Hello, everybody, and happy Thursday. It is I, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seeby. And today is our creative writing exercise, part of our creative writing series. And one of the topics that we do on Thursdays is a little exercise called Picture This. What is that? Picture This is where I show you a photograph of something and you have to write lyrics based on whatever that image is. And I really enjoy this exercise because it's a lot of fun and you can really, try to be as creative as you can. So you're looking at an image, you just write down whatever that image invokes in you, whatever the story you see out of that photograph. And I know I say this every week, but why do we do this? Well, it forces you to be creative. It's just a little trick to just boost your creativity level and to get you ready when you need to be creative and turn it on. You just need to hit the gas on the creative button. It's always helped me. I always enjoyed creating a whole world out of something that you just get one peek into, right? So, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go through a whole bunch of photographs, Google Images, and I'll just look at stuff, Google Images, and sometimes I'll type in a topic or I'll just go to images and just start randomly looking at things. And sometimes things will just jump out at me that'll be like, hey, that's a neat picture. I like that picture. Could be whatever, and you have to create the whole story behind that picture. And that's kind of fun. It's you have to elaborate on the picture just looking at a photograph. And of course, since I'm a songwriter, I always think of, how do I write a song based on this? Everything I do creatively, I would say, is some sort of a process for writing songs. That's kind of what I do. And so, if I watch a movie a lot of times, the movie sometimes will inspire me to want to write something, that happens to me a lot. That's happened to me over the years. I have written song ideas based on several movies that I've seen because they're great stories. So you can just pick little things and create your own universe. And I tell you guys this all the time. There's no wrong way to do this. Listen, for me, I do it for the song content, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do that. You can be writing this just for a poem for yourself. For the, Woke and Spoke, for even for Lindsay and Pascal. And so, it doesn't always have to be a song, but I like when we all compare notes. When we're in class and you guys give me lyrics, and I can work them into the song that we're writing at the time. I always love to do that. So you're contributing to that song, And the more experience you get being creative and, in writing, think of the possibilities, not just for songwriting, but for poetry or for even writing storybooks, writing short stories based on an image. It's really fun to just try those things and exercise your creative muscles and get your juices flowing creatively. So anyway, what I'm going to do right now is I want to show you that picture. Hold on a second. Let me turn my camera around. All right, so that's the image. So there's two people, and then there's a person in the back. And, I don't know what that image evokes in you, what you think the theme of that would be based on just looking at it. But I can tell you what I kind of thought of. When I first looked at that picture, well, I was going through a lot of pictures. And when that one popped up, I like the shadowiness of it and the imagery. There's barely, you don't see the whole faces. You just see like some shadows on the faces. So they're not real clear. And even the lighting creates that mystery in the picture, which I really like. And so what I wrote that about, and of course, like I said, I'm always thinking songs, and so I let my imagination go. The picture reminded me of, Three's a Crowd, in a way. Three's a Crowd. You got two people here, and they look sort of intimate, and there's one in the background, like the third wheel. So looking at that image, I started to think of things that I thought I could say looking at that picture. And then I started to daydream. About a guy and a girl, and they have a good friend, a guy and a girl are in a relationship, and they have this guy friend who's friends with both of them, but really is the boyfriend's friend. And he starts having feelings for his best friend's girlfriend. And I wrote that from the perspective of the friend. And so, I love to create these scenarios because it's an uncomfortable subject, but it's something that happens in real life. These things really do happen. And sometimes, you can be selfish and just want someone for yourself because you feel really strongly about that person. It's going to be hard to just say they're off limits, I mean, I would never do that. But, as a younger guy, I had things like that happen, we don't always make the right decisions, sometimes we're selfish, as human beings, we can be selfish and we want the things we want, even if it hurts other people sometimes. And you just learn as you get older that's not really the way to do things. But sometimes your emotions overrule your logic. So I'm going to read to you what I wrote based on the picture this. Okay, this is what I wrote. Shouldn't be here alone with you. I don't trust myself in this close proximity. He's got to notice that we've been acting differently. And I get so jealous that it cuts me to the bone. And it kills me just a little every time that you go home. So something's going on between them. There's like a budding affair going on between these two, the good friend and the girlfriend. And the boyfriend, the guy friend knows that what he's doing isn't right because he feels guilty. Like he said, I shouldn't be here alone with you. I don't trust myself in this close proximity. I'm too close to you and I don't feel comfortable. And she's reciprocating too. And then he says, he's got to notice that we've been acting differently, And I get so jealous because, at the end of the night, she goes home with him, right? No matter how intimate they are when they sneak off together, she still goes home with the boyfriend. And the jealousy just tears him up. And he says, and it kills me just a little every time that you go home. So, You know, that is the beginning seeds of a song. So like that is my chorus, right? That would be like my chorus. And now tomorrow, what we're going to do, of course, which is melody writing on Fridays. We always write a melody to whatever it is we write tonight on Thursday. One picture this. So I want you guys to look at that picture and I want you to write your own set of words, okay? Whether it's a poem, a chorus, whatever you want it to be. If you want to, you know, like I said, there's no wrong way to do this. You look at the image, close your eyes for a minute, and envision a scene and write. You know, there's no wrong way. Just let your imagination go. And don't worry about it rhyming or anything. Just write all the points from the picture. Write them down. Write all your points. And then look at each one and then think about poetic endings for different things. Like what word would rhyme with this, you know. But in the beginning, don't worry about rhyming. Just look at the picture and write what's in your heart. That's where you always start. Start from there. And then it starts to flush itself out. And then you start finding things that are, you know, and this takes a couple hours. It doesn't take you can't do this in 10 minutes. This is something you really have to, really don't have an agenda that day. Just lay on your bed with a book and a notepad and just say, I'm going to really submerge myself in this and really try to come up with something creative. Because that's really the only way to do it, really. You know, that's the way I do it. And I mean, not saying that the way I do it is right and everyone else is wrong. This is just, don't be in a hurry, is what I mean. Just really go in here deep, subliminally. Go deep inside your brain and really try to come up with some really cool scenarios based on the picture and whatever. And you don't have to write anything I wrote. You know, it's just what you see and what you feel based on what you're looking at, the picture. All right, guys, that is all the time I have until tomorrow on Friday, where we write the melody to this. That is all I have for today, but I love you. I miss you very much. And until tomorrow, this is Joe CB, your songwriting partner and your co-producer and your friend, signing off, saying sweet dreams, have a great sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys, peace.